Hi there. Congratulations, you've made it to Tools of the Trade, the introduction. The textbook is going to help you with some of this. The first thing you want to do is you want to be comparing or lining up the descriptions of tools in this section here, 1 through 8, with the names of tools here in the section A through I. Some of these definitions work for more than one possible word. When you get to the investigation, you're going to have a chance to see those things in action. There is a section in the back of the textbook that shows some of those tools, and there is in Chapter 1 some of those tools as well. The next section here, the metric system, also found in Chapter 1, we're asking for you to record information about the different ways that we can measure materials. So if we're talking about length, a tool that can be used would be a meter stick. For volume, temperature, and mass, you want to come up with some examples of tools that can be used. Some of those are found right up here. Others you can find in the textbook. In the textbook, it also lists in Chapter 1 the units in metric system that we would use to describe length. Volume is given to you, temperature, and mass. There are multiple ways that we might describe length, temperature, and mass. You just need to write down one word that we use that's in the metric system that would describe how long something is. The next column right here, we're real metric example. What that means is, when do we actually use a metric example for length? For instance, 1 unit of measurement for length in the metric system is a meter. So what kinds of stuff do we measure in meters? We don't talk about your height in meters. What else can we or do we talk about in meters? You'll do the same thing for volume and mass. The next piece over here, this units in English system, is asking you to write down other ways that we use to describe length. For instance, we would use feet and inches to describe your height. There are other units that we use as well. Same thing for volume and temperature. The second page of this worksheet is asking you to figure out what unit we use to represent these lines here, and what the smallest of these lines from here to here represent. Question number 2 is asking you to measure the line from here to here, and from here to here. This section here, number 3, this would be if you're measuring a liquid, and this little upside down U, or this right side up U thing looking, is how the water looks at the top of a water column, and we call this the meniscus. When you're measuring water or any other liquid and you're measuring the volume, you don't measure from the top here, you actually measure from the bottom of the bubble right down here. So keep that in mind when you're recording how much of liquid is present in this column or this column. The final section is about safety. It's a multiple choice. You just need to answer what you think that are the best questions for doing lab procedures with questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good luck!